analysis. Big news today. This is the first official live stream for the YouTube channel, for the Blackfire YouTube channel, that is. And really big move for me, to be quite honest with you. As I've mentioned before, I've had a lot of technical difficulties in the past with OBS Streamlabs, but I'm starting to figure some of that out. One of the issues that I'm currently having is that I think I still can't see comments. So if you're dropping comments on YouTube or Facebook, I'm probably still unable to see them. I'm still figuring that issue out. I'm trying to get in contact with a few people, maybe a couple guys in the chat itself, to try to alleviate that issue. So please bear with me. We are expanding, but we are still trying to iron out the fine details. And before I get started, I have, I guess, a bunch that I want to talk about. First and foremost, for anybody new coming into YouTube, I don't think I made this private. I think it is open to the public. So if there are any new viewers, people I don't know, please understand, I am not a financial advisor. Any analysis of the market or cryptocurrencies that I do or conduct on any of these live streams is not to be construed as financial advice or financial information. This content is for educational purposes and entertainment purposes only. I will never tell you what to do with your trades and or investments. Please understand that this, again, is just for entertainment basis. And before I get really deep into it, I guess for a lot of the new members, I'm gonna go ahead and introduce myself a little bit, as I haven't done that. I want to be a little bit more formal with the YouTube thing and let everybody know who I am. My name is Brian Corbin. I live in the awful state of Ohio, where it's winter for 9 months and summer for 3. Born and raised in Ohio, and I work a day job at a place, just like every other normal person who is working a day job at a place. I do work a day job at a place, and then when I come home, I like to dive deep into my studies. I am a market trader. I use the art and application of technical analysis to identify low-risk, high-reward trade setups within different indices within the stock market, cryptocurrency market, etc., etc. I am by no means a full-time day trader yet. I'm still technically a little bit of a minnow, if you can understand the reference. I'm still a little bit of a tadpole in the grand ocean of investors and traders inside the stock market. So while my information, I'll be confident giving my information, it's all based for journaling purposes. Well, I do want to grow the channel. I want to expand. I want to get better. I'm using YouTube, Facebook, and I'm expanding to other platforms for the sole purpose of journaling my own findings and being able to come back and rewatch my findings to to make corrections or make decisions based off of my analysis. So again, if you're taking it extremely seriously, awesome. And if you're making decisions based off of my analysis, shame on you, because if you lose because of me, I'm not going to be held responsible. I'm going to make a disclaimer in basically every video from now on that I am not a financial advisor. I am not here to help you win or help you make decisions on trades. All I'm trying to do is provide analysis. So what else do I have? Yeah, kind of something to go along with that. I'm not the most, I have a lot of experience. Obviously, experience in trading is the key. It takes a lot of hard work, dedication, time in the market, time playing with trades, time setting up risk management layouts, time setting horizontal support and resistances, time to study charts and identify patterns and yada yada. It takes a lot of dedication to do a job like this. Because at the end of the day, I am looking to move from my day job to this profession full-time. So I'm here to tell you that I am not full-time. I am not profitable enough in the stock market or the cryptocurrency market to be comfortable being full-time quite yet. Well, I do feel like I am making a lot, and I'm telling you, a lot of progress, in trading here. I'm still not comfortable to say, yep, I'm going to quit my job and come do this full-time. I'm not ready for that yet. So please take that into consideration when watching my videos. I am here to study. I am here to learn. I am here to spread the knowledge. I am here to get more people interested in taking money at will from the stock market and cryptocurrency market. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of it. I do want to shout everybody out that has been here to support and basically created an uptrend for the channel here. We are up to about 220 members on Facebook. I didn't even think that was possible, starting out, but we're there. We're at 220 members. We already have a few subscribers to the YouTube channel. I'm very, 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 very excited. I am elated to hear everybody's technical analysis. I want to hear people, what people think about the market. And like I said, comments are much appreciated. I do accept with it very open mind constructive criticism. If you think I'm analyzing something incorrectly and you have vast experience in the market and you come into the channel, correct me. Send me a message. Send me a DM. Add me on Facebook. Add me on YouTube. Let me know. I'm willing to learn basically anything market related from anybody. I'm not in a position to really argue with anybody, although I do argue every once in a while. I'm technical analysis at heart. I don't believe in trading market fundamentals or trading news or trading hype. I believe solely in technical analysis. So if you're a technical analyst and you have a bunch of years of experience and you're a stay-at-home day trader and you think I'm doing something that could be changed, let me know. I want to learn so much that I'm willing to take any piece of information that I can get from basically anybody, anywhere, and use that to my advantage. So, welcome. Thank you for being here. I think I'm going to go ahead and dive into this analysis. I'm very excited about the price action that we saw today, and we're going to go ahead and do a real deep dive. I don't think I'm going to do anything significantly long-term, as I don't think the long-term is in question right now. But I'm going to stick on kind of like the immediate structures of what we've seen for the last couple of months and base my analysis off of that. Give me 1 second. Goddamn grape soda. Oh, one more thing. I'm going to be myself. I've been quite nervous about mixing up my words, mumbling, blah, 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 blah. And, I kind of had a conversation with myself today. I am going to be myself. I'm not gonna sit here and be somebody that I'm not just to try to get viewers. If you don't fucking like me, I don't give a shit. Get out of the page. Get out of the channel. I'm gonna cuss. I'm gonna say fuck you. I'm gonna say slut. I'm gonna say cunt. I'm gonna say all those. I don't care if YouTube demonetizes me. I'm a real person, and I think that's what's gonna really open me up for the YouTube channel and all that stuff. Again, I'm not here to be, tactful. I'm here to give the most realistic technical analysis that I can possibly provide. And if I'm pissed off about something that I was wrong about, then I'm going to be pissed off about something I was wrong about. I'm going to say some words. So without further ado, that's where I'm going to leave that. We're going to jump right into some analysis here. We're going to start off with good old NASDAQ, as we do every day and as we will do for the foreseeable future. Market is open. What did we see yesterday? We saw that resistance level, act as resistance once again, right around the 13,900 region here, and price decline as a result. A little bit of sideways, and as far as candle body closures are concerned, I'm seeing a little bit of sideways price action movement here. And I'm still looking for this, as another possible attempt coming into today. And I'm looking for candle body closures to start closing closer and closer to this resistance for the next few days, to be quite honest with you. Now, looking at the moving averages, we are seeing price action above all major moving averages here, and I cannot be, by any stretch of the imagination, bearish on anything that's holding structure above all major moving averages, while all the moving averages are trading above the lower period moving averages. So for now, I am bullish. Do I think a pullback is warranted? I still think coming down to test this region wouldn't be out of the question. Test the red 10 simple once again, right around 13,730, would not be out of the question. But overall, I am looking for extension to see candle bodies close closer and closer to this resistance. Now, let's talk about conditions. If I see this resistance taken out, I'm gonna be on the more immediately termed bullish bias here for new potential all-time highs, as this resistance would be the only target remaining to break. And I do think if we really break this resistance here, I think more or less we have a very, very, very good probability of seeing new all-time highs being printed on NASDAQ here. And I want to go ahead and get some of those extension targets laid out for potential new all-time highs, if I can find it. I am nope, it's right there. Boom. So we're going to go off of this structure here, the all-time high, and then this base low. That's kind of what I'm going to use for now. And if we do see this resistance here, the all-time high resistance taken out, I am going to be looking for an extension, to the 1 spot 272 Fibonacci extension zone, right around $14,300 for NASDAQ. Obviously, ebbing and flowing in between. It's not going to be a straight shot. It's not going to be moon shot right to the one spot 272. It's going to ebb and flow, in my opinion, up to that point. I will be looking for extension. However, if we do start seeing this topple over, because I did mention in one of the Facebook streams that this was looking a little toppy, in my opinion, and this still, this little structure here, we got this. Two dojis in a row, and from my perspective, it looks like kind of a formation that would basically start the trend of a top here, and I could be wrong on that, and very evidently I'm wrong currently on that, as we do see continuation from that little structure here. But if this decides to turn around and take out the red 10 simple right along this support level here, 13,730, I am going to be looking at this to potentially print as a top from an RSI perspective. We'll look at the RSI right now. Again, that bullish bias that I'm looking for right now, that exponential, I put a lot of weight on exponential slope analysis here, and I see a lot of positivity in the exponential for the RSI right now. So as far as I'm concerned, again, not financial advice, this is just my own opinion here, but any kind of pullback, in my opinion, likely acts as support, likely bounce up just like this region here on the 7th of June here. Nice little bounce down to that region here, and a bounce off, closed above it, confirmed it as support, and still confirming this as resistance as well. So as we see RSI start to climb up, I'm going to be more and more confident that this is ready to set new all-time highs. What do I really want to see, though? Again, I want to see this resistance taken out, and I want to see the RSI start breaching the bottom side, breaching into the bottom side of the bullish control zone here, and then likely we see some more price action to the upside. The only cause for concern, though, in my opinion, is the stochastics. Stochastics exponential is slightly down, slightly negative. We do have a fresh cross here. Again, while it's in the critical zone, I look at that as more or less positive. It's a structural integrity for me, in my opinion. Now, where I get really concerned is if we see this cross really start to fall through the top side of the bullish control zone into the lower bullish control zone here. That's where I get a little more concerned of a potential top. But for now, with everything that I'm seeing here, I would have to suggest the probability of more upside price action is there. And that's kind of what I'm going to be looking for on NASDAQ here. So we'll leave NASDAQ at that. We're going to SPY futures here. And what do we see? Still riding that fucking ceiling, man. Still riding that resistance ceiling. Really, really putting pressure upside. Obviously we saw a little bit more down, but we're really riding this resistance line in line with the current all-time high on a closing basis, right around 42.25. Again, for SPY futures here. And the same principles apply. Now, pull back to the red 10 simple, not out of the question. But if we break that region to the downside, I'm going to be looking at this, basically this little structure of support here as the next testing target, right around the yellow 21. And anything lower than that is hindsight trading, and I'm not really in the mood to do hindsight trading right now. I'm looking for immediate action. Now, again, from my perspective, very simple stuff here. I'm looking for this resistance to break. I'm looking for new all-time highs for SPY futures here. Any candle closures back above 42.25 on a daily candle closure basis, and I will look for extension to the 2 spot 618 Fibonacci extension zone here, right around $4,300. Again, ebbing and flowing up in between, not a straight moonshot, not like, oh, it closed above on one day and then boom, it completely meets the target the following day. I'm looking for, realistic price action up until that target here. Obviously following through with momentum and volume. Obviously, we want to see this resistance break on higher than average volume. That would be, in my opinion, a little bit more of a tell that this thing is wanting to expand further to the upside. RSI still maintaining a positive slope here, but it's looking a little it's not girthy. I like those girthy moves. I like breakout trades. I like sharp moves to the upside or to the downside, and this looks a little bit weak to the sideways movement here, but nonetheless, it's positive. We do see RSI, basically bouncing off the exponential currently as support, and the bias for a little more upside price action still remains, in my opinion, and that's pretty much what I'm looking for. Stochastics looking like they want to cross at the downside, but I still look at that deep penetration of the bullish critical zone as very, very constructive here. And if we get a cross down, it's not a death sentence, in my opinion, until we see the exponential and stochastics dive back into the bullish control zone here. That's going to be my tell, like, okay, hey, this thing is wanting to do something a little bit different. But still within that long-term uptrend structure. We're not going to talk too much long-term, but this is still bullish in my opinion. Even if we do start seeing more of a pullback, in the next couple of weeks, couple of days, whatever it may be, I'm still going to remain long-term bullish. Why? This thing's been going fucking up, forever. So, that's kind of how I'm looking at SPY futures here. That's where I'm going to leave that one. I don't think Dow Jones is going to be interesting. Oh, a little bit of continuation down as a result of, basically rejecting the all-time high resistance here. And now we see a candle closure below the red 10 simple. Is it close enough to consider it a test of the L21 support right around 43,390? Yeah, I think close enough is close enough. This could be a test. Now, this is where it gets a little more concerning in my opinion. If we start seeing, the stochastics is a little closer to the top side of the bullish control zone here. And while we do see exponential printing a higher high, across down into the bullish control zone is still going to be more of a raise of concern as far as a potential break of support here. And if we do see the support break, what's realistically the next level? The green 55, realistically. Or yeah, maybe this top here would be the next level to really pay attention to, a potential target to the downside if we do see the yellow 21 support, broken. That's kind of going to be my next base target right now. But overall, I think even if we break the yellow 21, a warranted move to the green 55 would not be out of the question. That's something that is definitely within the realm of possibilities as far as movement to the downside if that condition is to be met. However, this is still support. We don't have any breaks yet. This is still holding support, and it will hold a support until proven otherwise. And maybe we see a little bit of a bounce tomorrow, and maybe we see a little bit of a range start playing out here. That's another possibility. Ooh, though, RSI. Oh, I just saw that. Okay, so we do see RSI call a top here. Let me look at this. RSI call a top. Rejection of the all-time high resistance. Follow through. Break below the red 10 simple, negative exponential. This one, I think this one looks a little weaker here. This one's actually, gearing closer and closer to that long-term uptrend structure. We got your 3 points here, 1 point, 2 point. Maybe you can consider this 3 points, 4 points. It's got a lot of points along this diagonal uptrend line here, and theoretically, the more a support is tested to the downside, the weaker it inherently becomes. I don't take that as an opinion. I take that as a fact, and we're looking at something a little bit nasty here with lower high structure on the RSI, rejecting the bottom side of the bullish control zone, all while basically printing a top here. Now we see a cross below the exponential. The exponential has gained a negative slope, negative momentum. So if I have to be quite honest with you, I am gearing up for a little bit more of a downside move potentially here. I don't really play with short-term time frames. Short-term time frames aren't too relevant to how I trade. I play with the daily, always the daily. And as far as the daily is concerned, it does look like it wants to start moving a little bit more down. So coming into to tomorrow's open, I'm going to be looking for a test of the yellow 21, and if that yellow 21 breaks to the downside, that's just going to be strength to my bias that this is ready to start coming down and trickling down a little bit. Now, again, long term, it's not a death sentence. There's no such thing as a death sentence right now, as far as this entire market is concerned. Absolutely, once in a lifetime type shit here, as far as bull markets are concerned, and nothing completely scary, if that makes any sense. I'm not really looking for scary price movements to the downside. I'm just looking for a potential small break to the downside, maybe a trickle down, something like that. Now, however, I do got to talk about the opposite. Now, if we see price action bounce and close a candle above 34,800, obviously that'll be confirmed new all-time highs on a daily candle closure basis, and I will have to extend my target. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna have to extend my target up to the one spot, 414 Fibonacci extension zone, right around what? $35,000. Obviously, that target's not too far away, and a close above this region might actually send price to that target. Theoretically, and if we want to look at the past a little bit, we've already seen this target act as resistance once, so I'm going to put that there. But more or less, that would be a target to the upside, set new all-time highs. I wouldn't be looking for ebbing and flowing. I would actually be looking for that target to be met Again, if the conditions are right, I would be looking for that target to be met if we get that candle closure, again, above the all-time high resistance. And that's where I'm going to leave it for good old Dow Jones here. What do I want to get into? I do want to get into the Dixie. Do I want to get into Dixie? I might as well. All right, so we are starting to see a little bit of a trickle up. Sometimes I have to convince myself that I'm fucking wrong. But there's still a little bit a part of me that still thinks that this is bearish. And while we do have a higher low structure, I'm still not seeing those major higher highs here. I don't really care what anybody says. This is still a lower high in conjunction with the previous highs that it has yet to basically take out here. And I'm not going to be massively bullish until we get a major structural high, a new higher high, and that is right around the Cyan 89, right around 90 spot 77. I want to see candles close back above this region before I'm like, yeah, this might be turning around. You know what I'm saying? Why do I think like that? Why? From what I was taught, this is a downtrend. I don't want to bring up other YouTubers because I'm not I'm not trying to be some kind of cocky guy, but I have to take what I learned and stick to the rule book as far as how I trade. And the rule book tells me that this is a fucking bear market. A series of lower highs and lower lows on a weekly chart is enough for me to be convinced that this is a fucking bear market. Here's your blow off top, and then you got your lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and now we're basically flatlined on the what is this, the 90 even support. Still maintaining structure below all major moving averages on a weekly, and on a daily, we haven't really we haven't really seen any steam to the upside, and that's what I want to see. I want to see evidence that this is ready to turn around here, especially after this downtrend market that we've been seeing. This here is not bullish. We need to see new structural highs, and if I'm going to be long-term bullish on something like this right now, I need to see a massively higher structural high. I need to see the 93 spot to 25 region taken out at the very least before I'm like, all right, this has long-term potential. But for now, yeah, we did see a closure above the yellow 21. We did see that doji style candlestick close just above it, and now we're seeing a reaction off that yellow 21, confirming it as support, and basically launching that price action up a little bit. This isn't a significant move, and you won't hardly see anything extremely significant in the U.S. dollar index. This little candle here is only what, 0.9% so far. 9/100ths, whatever you want to call it, it's 0.09%. So the moves that you see, they're going to be little, but again, if this even trickles to the upside, I want to see a structural high being printed. I want to see a real-time higher high before I'm convinced of any major upside price action. For now, I guess I do have to admit that my downside target of 89 spot 30 is going to be alleviated here. We are seeing structure above the yellow 21 moving average here. We did take out the red 10, so any kind of pullback, if that condition is to meet, the first target is going to be 89 spot 98, or we'll just round it to 90 spot 0 here. To be quite honest with you, I'm going to be looking for extension on this structure over time to the green 55, first and foremost, right around 90 spot 55, and that's kind of where I'm going to leave that one. Let's see what the RSI tells us. RSI, very positive on the exponential, calling out a lot of series of higher lows here. We did get a top, but, that was that one top here, that one right here. That really failed to reclaim this resistance. So this resistance here is going to be a little bit pivotal here. If we see a closure back above 90 spot 55, then an extension to the Cyan 89 or the 90 spot 77 region is warranted in my opinion. However, if we see price action flip and start closing candles below the yellow 21, then I'm going to have to bring out my bias that the downside target of 89 spot 30 might once again be relevant as far as the U.S. dollar is concerned. Stochastics, though, crossed down, lower high confirmed. Yeah, I mean, stochastics, yes. Exponential, not quite yet. But we do have that cross down. We do have that near rejection at the bottom side of the bullish control zone here. This doesn't look bullish in my opinion, unless this comes down a little bit and spikes back up, which is possible. It's the market. Infinite possibilities lie within the realm of the stock market, and everything that I'm saying right now could definitely be utter bullshit. But as far as price action is concerned, there's a lot of rise of concern here. Ooh, hello! Oh, I got a fucking comment. Hello, Kirsten Swanger says hello. Hello, Kay. I got a fuck. Sorry, I got a comment on OBS Streamlabs. I've been struggling with that shit for so long. You have no clue, but I finally got a comment. So it looks like commenting on YouTube is going to work. If you want to leave a comment, go to YouTube, man. Go to the YouTube channel and watch the live stream there. But I'm going to go ahead and keep going on. Let me see. I do have analysis requests. Let me go to the channel real quick and pull up some requests because I'm going to do Bitcoin. There they are. There's the requests. 7 comments. Okay, there's the requests. If you do have an analysis request, please let me know. I think that's where I'm going to leave US dollar. Again, I'm still looking for some upside on this. To be quite honest with you, I have no reason not to think that this doesn't have potential to move to the upside. But I am gonna be looking for the flip side if the conditions are to be met. So we'll leave it at that. Let's go to Mr. Bitcoin. Oh, yeah. What do we see on Bitcoin? All right. I didn't expect this. I was definitely wrong. I was looking for continuation further down. I was actually kind of basically hoping that that Bitcoin would take out the blue 377 moving average here. I was really like, yeah, let's go. Break that moving average. Make my day. And that did not happen. What did we see? We actually saw like a 12% pump off that blue 377, taking out this resistance here right around 34,550 and reclaiming the red 10 simple collectively. Now, am I warranted to say that there's a little more upside potential here? Yeah, absolutely. But what do we need to be aware of? We need to be aware of the fact that this could be a potential bull trap. This is a downtrend. And if anyone tells you otherwise, in my opinion, they need slapped in the face. We have a series of lower highs and lower lows. Let me go ahead and highlight this fact here. Here's your all-time high. Boom. New low. New structural low printed and confirmed. Followed by what? Price action, met and rejection at resistance. Followed by boom. Lower low. Then you got your consolidation. Then you got another lower low. To be quite honest with you, again, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor by any stretch of the imagination. But my brain, my beautiful little brain, is taking something that someone in the group chat told me the other day. And he said, Brian, be aware. It is possible that a bull trap is coming. It is possible. It is fucking possible indeed. Why? Because we are in a downtrend. And even though we got this major pump up, we do not have a higher high. I want to see continuation. If this is to be a major base low for Bitcoin here, bouncing off the blue 377, I need to, at a bare minimum, see price action close collectively above the yellow 21 moving average and above the 39,400 region. Any candle closure above that region, I'm going to be convinced that this is potentially a major base low in formation as far as Bitcoin is concerned. Now, what am I looking at immediately? I'm basically waiting. To be quite honest with you, if we take out the red 10 simple, I'm going to be looking for further price action to the downside, right around 34,500 again. Maybe test this as support. And if this ends up being a bull trap, we likely see this support taken out and prices really start to drive lower. Why am I convinced that this is this isn't as bullish as it seems? Because this is a new low. This is the precipice of a downtrend on the daily. Again, I trade the daily. The daily is relevant to my style of trading, and we do see a downtrend, most definitely confirmed on Bitcoin. Anybody that disagrees with you doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. Downtrend is confirmed. We did see a new low, a lower low, a structural low being printed on Bitcoin. realistically, as soon as this region broke here, my target was this support level here. Now, while that did meet, I was actually looking more for candle body closures closer and closer to that target. Now, that didn't happen. That didn't play out. That condition wasn't met. We actually saw this bounce off and reclaim, a support and the red 10 simple collectively. So, Stochastics, a little bit of a fresh cross up. I do want to wait a day and see if this decides to continue to the upside before I'm convinced that this is going to be confirmed. But for now, the exponential is still negative, and we do have a fresh cross. For me to be convinced, I want to see that exponential raise back to the positive slope, and that'll be my tell. Like, hey, okay, this is a potential low here. In the making. RSI, what is it saying? A little bit of an uptrend. Exponential is positive once again. We did see a break outside of the bearish control zone, and this is where I'm bringing up a little rise of concern here. We saw that already, and it rejected and fell right back into the bearish control zone. Albeit it's maintaining a little bit of a little tiny rinky dinky uptrend structure here. I'm convinced that this might still come back down. So right now it's just kind of like from my perspective, I'm kind of just waiting to see what happens. I am technically in a small, I'm a little bit in the red as far as my position is concerned. Just as a result of the way this pumped up today, I am biased that this is still wanting to come to the downside though, for Mr. Bitcoin. So two levels to pay attention to, the support being, again, 34,500 and the resistance being 39,300, something like that, 39,300, 39,400, right around the two top structures here in this consolidation phase. Those are two levels that I'm really looking at, to the upside, to the downside. Whatever it decides to do is how I will base my decisions. So that's where I'm going to leave Mr. Bitcoin. I think I want to do analysis requests. I got something for Pi. And I forget who requested Pi. Oh, I just lost it. Give me one sec. Yeah, Richard Hag Jr. wants to see Pi. If I can find my fucking... I just lost my requests. There we go. All comments. Can you... Oh my gosh. Where the hell is my stuff? I do apologize, everyone. I'm having a little bit of difficulties here. 5 hours. Okay, yeah, that's it. All right, yeah, let's do Pi first. I never heard of this asset. Pi. IMPINJ Incorporated. I have no idea what this is, to be quite honest with you. Let's look at the weekly. I do want to get a general feel. It's a little bit choppy. I personally wouldn't trade it. However, change of behavior. Change of behavior has been confirmed on a weekly time frame. Now, we did fall below that change of behavior region, but the fact that we put in an all-time high for this asset, is very evident of that change of behavior. We are seeing weekly stochastics really cool down without that much damage to the asset overall, and we do see weekly, that was the RSI. Weekly stochastics bouncing off the bottom side of the bearish control zone here. It could be a very nice tell that this has some upside potential, but I'm going to look at the daily. What does the daily tell me here? We're going to get some lines plotted here. We're going to get some horizontals, see what we fucking got. We do have our all-time high right here, so this is basically our ceiling, followed by lower high. Is this confirmed as a lower high? Yeah, lower high. Base low. Resistance. Maybe call that a little bit of a liquid zone here. So going off of what I'm seeing here, I'm going to be using horizontal support and resistance. This does look like it wants to come down a little bit more. Why? Stochastics, this is the kind of signal when you get that cross in the bullish critical zone here and you get that follow through into the bullish control zone, that's your tell that there's potentially more downside to come as a result. And the way that this closed definitely tells me, hey, this one looks like it wants to continue further down. We got a base low. we failed to put in a new high, a higher high. We failed to see structure being born as a result. If we see this support taken out tomorrow on a candle closure basis, we will. Well, we're actually below for the moving averages right now. Not looking too hot. This is not the pinnacle of health and fitness, in my opinion. If we see this support broken, 49 spot 50, my next valid target is going to be the purple 100, followed by the white 200, followed by the 42 spot 90 region, right at its prior base low. Maybe use a couple lows in between. Maybe. Where's that? Yeah, actually, that kind of works. That works right there. So I'm gonna mark that region off. There is a little bit of a low right here that we can use as a base of support. Nothing really around the 21, the white 200. So yeah, likely if we see this break, even on the open tomorrow, we'll likely see continuation to the downside, in my opinion, to that purple 100 moving average here. Now, why am I concerned about this? Now we got lower periods. Higher periods, the shorter lengths. So we got like the red 10 simple trading below the green 55 and the cyan 89, and we have the yellow 21. Literally doing quite the same, and we do see the green 55 looking like it really wants to start crossing below that cyan 89. None of that, in my opinion, is a good signal. Now, again, not a death sentence by any stretch of the imagination, but the fact that we're in a downtrend here tells me that this one likely comes a little bit lower. Looking at the RSI again, that top being called adds more strength to my thesis, to my own theories here. And if I were trading this, I would be trading that top. Again, not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but from my perspective, if I was trading this asset, this is a clear rejection of the neutral zone. Exponential is negative. We have, top being confirmed with a bearish divergence anchor printed on the top, and likely we see this follow through. RSI does look like a massive consolidation phase, though, between the neutral zone and the top side of the bullish control zone. So likely we see that follow through. And if we see that support break, I would even go as far as saying, like, not even on a closing basis. If we even open below this coming into tomorrow here, we likely see that pullback initiate to maybe. Yeah, this is the only level that I see that holds relevance. 46 spot 46, 46 spot 50, something like that for Pi. Electronic technology production equipment, something. I've never heard of it, but it looks to me like it wants to come down. God damn, I love me a grape soda. Upside potentials. I want to see candles close above all major moving averages. Obviously, we're not that far off from the green 55 and cyan 89 that are basically nuts to butts with each other. If we start seeing candle closures above there, then likely we see a test of the 52 spot 90 region, this little high that was set here. But most importantly, if we see that high taken out on a candle closure basis here, then I'll be forced to extend my upside targets to this level here, right around 57 spot 80. Again, I'm using rounded numbers. It's all give or take, some change. Nothing's absolutely perfect. It's an art, not a science. So that's kind of the level that I'd be looking at, about 57 spots, 80 here. But again, am I biased for upside? No, not really at all. I actually think that this one has a little bit more to go to the downside. We do technically have a higher high. This is a high here that rejected the red 10 simple and came back down. It set this base low. Do we have a higher low? I mean, yeah, technically we do. Technically we do. So there's theories for both sides of the coin right now, and my opinion could be bullshit. That's why I don't trade my opinion. I trade technical analysis. But if I had to provide my opinion, I do think this one comes down a little bit more. That's where I'm going to leave Mr. Pi. Let's go on to the next one. Lot of cryptocurrency today. Yes, my dude. Ethereum US Dollar. We're gonna go to my Ethereum here because very convoluted. What do we have? Not what I expected. Something like 5. Yeah, not what I expected. We're seeing the Cyan 89 basically hold price action upside right now, but this one does look a little bit weak in my opinion. Stochastics printed a lower high, rejected the top side of the bullish control zone, really starting to nosedive. That exponential has a lot of negative strength, as well as the stochastics with a lot of negative strength here. RSI rejecting the exponential here. The exponential is negative. I am going to be looking for more downside on this one, to be quite honest with you. The fact that Bitcoin pumped up, 10 or 12%, and this asset failed to do the same. It could be a little bit of a an argument that bull trap on Bitcoin is possible. Bull trap on Bitcoin is very, very possible. Right now, we're seeing the red 10 simple keep price action to the downside, and we're seeing the Cyan 89 hold price action up. If we see this support level 25.15 break to the downside here, my next target realistically is going to be this region here. Boop. I don't even think this one's relevant. It is. It is. That's relevant. Yeah. That would be my next downside target. Actually, would be this region here, right around $2,400 would be my first tell. Again, if we close it below the Cyan 89, that's going to be kind of the first target that I'll be looking for. But close below the Cyan 89 theoretically leaves a lot of open space between the 89 and the white 200 simple. Right now, basically the lowest support level that I have on my chart right now is this level here, right around 1968 or 1965, something like that, the purple 100. There are obviously a lot of levels before that happens, but breaking below the Cyan 89 is not the picture of health and fitness in my opinion, especially with momentum pointing down. We do see the green 55 has a negative slope. Yellow 21, red 10, all have a negative slope. Again, I take slope analysis very seriously. Anytime I see anything with a negative slope, my brain automatically goes to, oh shit, that's going to act as resistance on any movement to the upside. And so far, we're seeing a little bit of evidence of that. So, again, if we close below this region, my next real target is going to be 2400 and then 2280. And if we defy the odds and see price action close above the moving averages here, obviously this level is going to be warranted first and foremost, followed by this region here, right around the 2930 region. No hindsight trading. To be quite honest with you, I'm basically just kind of pumping the brakes a little bit, waiting for some kind of reaction, some kind of tell on cryptocurrencies before I decide to make bigger decisions here. So for now, I'm going to be waiting. I'm going to be waiting for a break, either to the upside or the downside. That's where I'm going to leave that one. What else we got? Cardano. Hello, Cardano. Oh, where you at, my baby? Actually, I'm going to clear this chart. Let's get some new shit going here. Let's keep this simple, stupid. Here's your all-time high. That's resistance. That's support. A little bit of a level there. Boom. More touches, the better. The more touches, the better. All right, so yeah, this is still an uptrend. I'm going off the lows here. This is definitely still an uptrend. However, it doesn't look like it wants to last. It does look like it wants to start peaking down a little bit. We saw this little region here off the green 55 with a drive of bullish divergence get rejected by the yellow 21. That's current. We still have a lot of time in the day. Anything could happen in the day, but if I see a close below that green 55, I'm going to have to be naturally targeting the Cyan 89 or even the support here right around one spot 36. Somewhere around that region, if this level is to break here to the downside, what do we see as evidence? Now, this is a structure. This is a confirmed structure in my opinion, and pull back to that region would not be out of the question. Follow through to test that Cyan 89, maybe put in a little bit of a higher low in conjunction. Possible. We got a low here. That's a higher low. So we start taking out this region. My brain's going to be like, a little bit concerned. Again, with the momentum oscillators saying what they're saying, we do see the RSI maintaining that negative slope on the exponential. The exponential looks like it's just poking its little face below that neutral zone here. That bullish divergence drive, we got 1, 2, 3 drives. that's you know, that's a little bit more of a tell in my opinion that this is wanting to come down a little bit more. Why? Because we didn't see anything extremely explosive as a result of those bullish divergence drives here, and we're seeing, you know, lower highs being printed on the structure. Again, you know, both sides of the coin. We are putting in, you know, higher lows. We're basically using the Cyan 89 as a basis support here. So, you know, a little bit of a pullback to test that Cyan 89. It wouldn't be out of the question. Now, if we break that Cyan 89, in my opinion, it's going to be a little bit of a different story. We're going to have to get some other levels, you know, potentially identified to the downside. You know, possibilities, all within the realms of possibilities here. So, for now, it looks like rejection of the LO21. It looks, you know, it could consolidate between these two moving averages for a little bit. Maybe see a little bit of a bullish reset on the stochastics alongside that diagonal uptrend line. But realistically, it's the RSI that's giving me a little bit more concern as far as the potential downside. Again, we still have that you know, that rising trend structure, but that exponential is really acting as resistance, forcing price action down, and we're seeing rejection of the neutral zone right now. So, as far as I'm concerned, I am a little more biased to the downside on Cardano until proven otherwise. Matic. I need to go over here. Matic. Crap, I fucked up. Oh, what did I do? What do we? Yeah, let's just go Coinbase. That's where my shit is anyway. Ooh. All right. For anybody new that's in the YouTube channel, or for anybody new that might be watching, or for anybody that's watching, especially the YouTube channel, I want to make something very, very, very clear. I'm usually not comfortable with doing an analysis on anything that doesn't have time history. So new assets that come through. I know I did an analysis on a like one of the worst coins I've ever fucking seen in my life the other day. I think it was called SHIB, and it's been basically bleeding since its existence started, let alone a short existence. I think it has a couple of months of price action history. I cannot base technical analysis. I cannot provide a realistic, confident technical analysis on anything less than 2 years old. That is my bare minimum. Gun to my head, for the stream, I will try to provide an analysis. But again, if you base any decisions off of an analysis on a chart that I am telling you for a fact I am not comfortable with doing analysis on, and you lose, it's probably a tell that I was right. So without further ado, I will do a little bit of analysis on this asset, although, again, I am not the most confident in providing decent feedback. What we do see here, in my opinion, it's bleeding. It's a little bit of a bleeding downtrend right now. We got our blow off top here, followed by a lower high, followed by another lower high. All we don't have right now is a lower low. What we do have is closures, a lot of closures below the yellow 21 moving average here. And it looks like it wants to start really pushing those candle body closures towards the green 55. The green 55 is starting to look weak. Weak. It's not girthy. It's not straight up. It's not strengthy anymore. So I do think a move to the green 55 at the bare minimum for you guys is definitely warranted, in my opinion. We do see stochastics just nose diving, putting in new lows. Diving into the further into the bearish control zone. RSI, basically bleeding to the downside as well. We do see that exponential slope analysis really proves a valid point here, as basically all the pumps up since this bullish divergence drive set in on the 22nd of May have been met with rejection upon testing that negatively sloped exponential, and we're really starting to see it bleed now. That's pretty much all I have. I don't have targets until I see something, and the only somethings I have is one spot 68, a closure above there, then maybe a move back to this prior high. Resistance is warranted at 2 spot 20, but right now we're below that region, and we're below 2 moving averages. So realistically, this low here is a valid target. One spot 08, maybe 1 spot 07. We'll just say between 105 and 107 is a valid target for this asset. Valid. valid. Nothing's fucking valid on this. Again, it's not old enough. It's really not old enough. This thing came out in fucking March. This thing's not even a year old. It's not even a half a year old. So as far as analysis is concerned, now if I was an investor, yeah, maybe I'd buy a couple of these and just say, all right, I'll hold them for 10 years, see what the hell happens. But as far as, day trades, making identifications of low risk, high reward trade setups on an asset that's not even 3 months old, barely 3 months old, I can't sit here and say, yeah, I'm very, very confident in my analysis for this, because I'm not. So we'll leave that one at that. Very interesting coin. I don't have any of it myself, but it is very interesting. Litecoin. Oh god, what is Litecoin up to? I actually want to... Where's my Litecoin at? Man, this one looks fucking... Man. Almost the same thing as Bitcoin. This could be putting in well, this looks like consolidation, to be quite honest with you right now. Not really reacting, just kind of like what was that other one that we looked at? That other crypto, ADA, Cardano. Not reacting the same way Bitcoin reacted. Bitcoin, reacted off that that blue 377 and basically pumped 12-13%, closing above a moving average and closing above support. Right now, in my opinion, this is just consolidation. Until one of these two ranges breaks, that's going to be my bias here. And to the upside, $198 is the upside target as far as conditions to be met for continuation up. Let's go ahead and get a couple more levels. We'll just call it 200. Closure above $200 and extension to the green 55 would be warranted. Look at that. The green 55 and the cyan 89 are converged really, really tight on each other right now. It does look like the green 55 wants to cross below that cyan 89. Now, again, that's not really a signal of any kind, in my opinion. It's more or less just telling me, hey, this is weakening. This is continuing to be weaker and weaker as we see lower periods, higher periods trade below lower periods. None of that's good. It doesn't, the death cross is a thing. When we see the green 55, start traveling below the purple 100, that is a death cross, especially if it's confirmed with a retest and follow through. But I still pay attention to other periods crossing below those higher end moving averages here. So as far as this one is concerned, I'm looking at it as consolidation until proven otherwise. Maybe we can use this. Yeah, maybe we can use that as a little bit of a reference point here. Technically, it did reclaim a support if you want to get technical, but again, not with too much strength, I don't think. Let's do a measurement. Let's see what we got. Okay, 8%. I guess this one did react. It looks so small, though. That's 8%? Jesus, fuck. So yeah, in my opinion, a little bit of a pullback. Maybe test this region as support is warranted, but overall, I'm still looking at this as just a consolidation phase. A little bit of a lower low was put in conjunction with this one, but this right now is acting as a base low in my opinion, and we haven't taken this region out yet. And if we do take this region out for this coin here, this Litecoin Mamba here, then we're gonna have to start talking about lower targets. To be quite honest with you, let's get a couple of them in just to be safe. I don't know what the hell this is, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for. If we close above this region here, 198, we'll just say $200. Then a move to 225 wouldn't be out of the question. A close below 165, 163 to be exact, and then a move back down to the blue 377 wouldn't be out of the question in my opinion. What do we see on the RSI? RSI is looking funky. This is just, strengthening my bias of consolidation here. We do see a little bit of positivity. We do have a little bit of a fresh cross, but like I said, I want to see momentum. If I'm going to be looking for that powerful move to the upside, I want to see the exponential and the RSI really curve, like with strength, up. I want to see reactions. I don't want to see little movements here and there. I want to see real reactions. I want to see a real drive to the upside before I'm convinced that this is going to be a continuation of a bull run after setting a base low. For now, I'm going to leave it at consolidation. That's what I like. That's what I like because that's what my brain likes, and that's what my brain is telling me that I'm seeing. So that's kind of how I'm looking at Litecoin. But this one dumped bad, man. Holy crap! That one really took a giant turd. Oh, fuck, 50% from the all-time high. Is that even all-time high? 63%. Wow. Yeah, technically, wow. Litecoin put in an all-time high. Not too shabby, Litecoin. Not too shabby. But look, it looks bad. It looks bad. That one looks bad. Ethereum looks a lot better than that one, in my opinion. And I think I did Ethereum, yeah. I think that's where I'm going to wrap it up, guys. It has been 55 minutes. We have been going for a while. I don't have too much else to do, so that's where I'm going to wrap it up. I do want to shout out everybody in the Blackfire group. We have made it to YouTube. This is our first stream again on YouTube. I appreciate everybody's love and support. My little fox buddy here, he appreciates your love and support. Woo! We're in YouTube! Woo! Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys give me the motivation to continue to come home every night after a long shift and really work my ass off to keep this going. So I appreciate the love, and I can't believe I'm doing this. If you watched the video and you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It will help the algorithm. It will help the YouTube videos reach more public audiences. It'll help us expand. It'll help us grow. And where we grow is where I learn, and where I learn is where the analysis that I provide for everybody gets better and better and better over time. More members will help us with that. More constructive feedback from people I don't even know is going to be a very helpful thing in achieving those goals. So please like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, please like and subscribe. If you know anybody that wants to start learning how to trade, please come to Blackfire Technical Analysis. The thing that I can provide isn't a school or anything like that, but I can provide a kind of a little bit of a startup package. Again, if you're new to trading, if you want to learn how to trade, if you want to start the fundamental building process of establishing a foundation for trading, let me know. If you're new, I will start basically sending you a startup package, a little bit of a list of instructions, step by step, what you need to do to really start diving into trading. Yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave it, I think. Do I have anything else? I don't think I have anything else. Okay. Thank you guys. And as always, stay safe, stay happy, and stay healthy. Till next time.